Greetings, COTLE family. I wanted to take a moment to invite all of you to consider participating in the Issachar Initiative webinar that Dr. Len Sweet and I are doing beginning this Monday night, June 29th at 7 o'clock, lasting till 10:30, and continuing on Wednesday morning, June 30th, from 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. As you know, normally Issachar Initiative takes place this year at around this time, where we bring together pastors and scholars and those who are hungry to understand the times and know what to do. Well, obviously, given the nature of the COVID-19 virus and the way that has restricted travel, we have pushed back the actual Issachar event until sometime later in the fall, depending on how things play out. But Len and I decided to do a 2-day event, webinar event, that would invite people to look at much of the work we did, the body of work we did, the thousands of hours of work we did, looking at trends and trajectories as we move forward in the next number of decades to what the church can expect as we move into the future. There are 25 chapters in Rings of Fire. Tyndale House eliminated 15. The original book has 40 chapters in it. We're going to put out a sequel relatively quickly. But the 25 chapters include 25 of the realities of what we are going to be facing in the next coming decades and years that really are important for the church to become aware of. I have made statements publicly that I'm not sure the church is ready for the future, and I'm not speaking apocalyptically. If you know anything about my understanding of Scripture and eschatology, I do not embrace the apocalyptic visions that some doom and gloomers want to claim is what the book of Revelation is talking about. I think that's a fundamentally flawed way of understanding apocalyptic literature and looking at the future. Jesus is Lord. The good news is Jesus is Lord. Having said that, there are so many things going on, both globally, nationally, technologically, and in terms of science, that are all converging. And they're going to have a major impact on how we do life together and how we move together and how we move forward in a perspective of what is God requiring of us as Christians. There are many ethical issues that are at play. There are many moral issues that are at play. There are many behavioral dynamics that are at play. There are many choices we're going to have to make that, and our children are going to have to make, and our grandchildren are going to have to make that they've never had to make before. What does the scripture say about that? What is Jesus up to? What is he requiring of us? And as you know, Dr. Len Sweet is one of the foremost Christian evangelical theologians alive on the planet. There was a list put out about a year or so ago of the top 100 theologians in the world. Dr. Len is number 39, so he's no slouch. And again, the volume of the book, Rings of Fire, covers extensive hours and hours of research. And there are just so many things that I think we need to be aware of, that I'm inviting the house to consider registering for the event. Now, if you are busy working, you can register for the event, pay for the event by registration, and see it post the event. We will archive it for you. But if you do have time to carve out Monday evening and that portion of Wednesday and be there live, there's going to be robust conversation, profound teaching, and prophetic insight, as well as interaction with all of those that are participating. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, and certainly it's going to be something that is going to get you to be thinking, get you to be considering the realities of how it affects the way you look at the future, the way your family looks at the future, and the way we need to be navigating our way through and to that future. And so there's a button there for you to register, and I would encourage you to really consider prayerfully registering and being a part. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be highly informative and highly motivational in terms of grasping what Jesus is up to and where he's going and whether or not we're going with him. And so take a moment, pray about it, and if the Lord really nudges you, we'd love to see you as part of the webinar. And I promise you won't be disappointed. Blessings.